Okay, Furnace YGO here, about to do 2 Altergeist top 8 deck profiles between myself and my son. I scraped in at 8th and he got 6th. And that was at Maroochydore, Cardhouse Regionals. So we're going to roll to see who gets to do it first. 8. 7. Aha, I get first. Okay. Nice. Okay, so they're both pretty much nearly the same, but just a little bit of modification. So 3 multi-faker, 3 Milluseek, 3 Marionetta, 2 Silk, 1 Concori, and 3 Ash is the monster lineup. Pretty standard. 3 Secret Village, 3 Dualities, because unfortunately I've had no luck on these bastards pulling the pot I need. Never thought I'd be after pot again. Traps.
That's bad and you should feel bad.
I do. 3 Spoofing, 2 Protocol, 2 Manifestation. A lot of people argue for 1, but sometimes you're going to be grinding out a game and the second does come in handy. 3 Rivalry, just wins games. 3 Imperns, bloody brilliant. Solemn Brigade, 1 Judgment, 1 Warning, 2 Strikes. I only ran 2 Strikes because of a choice I put later on. 1 Imperial Order and 2 Metaverse. I was tossing up between Metaverse and Terraforming, but at the end of the day, fuck it, I went Metaverse. It worked for me on the day. It was better. Next, we go extra deck. 3 Hextia, Link Karibo, Trisbania, Summon Sorceress, Salyuja, Borreload, Kagari, Unicorn, Cerberus, Phoenix, Mermaid, Akashic, and Colossus. Reaper target, actually, just in case I needed a Link 2 spellcaster that wasn't Hexia, in case I got cherries. Mermaid, in case they dropped an Ibly on me. Phoenix is Cerberus, deals with problems. Unicorn, you can hit this on certain combo-orientated decks, but it does come in handy occasionally to shuffle Polymarsol cards. Kagari, Reaper, Borreload, actually a bloody good card, but Salyuja, Reaper, Summon Sorceress, Reaper, Trisbania, Reaper, and then the 4 cards you actually do need, which is Link, Karibo, and 3 Hexias. Next, we'll go onto the side. Now the side is pretty standard. 3 Mind Crush, because if you go first in games 2 or 3, they are going to try and evenly match you. And if you're in the mirror, hey, nothing wrong with hitting a multi-faker while you're there. Pankratops didn't come up. Nobody inspect boarded me, but just in case. Now I went Typhoon for the trap card. Namely because I can do it from my turn when they're, my hand when they're going first and they got 2 spells or traps. It's great against pendulums, which did come up, and you can multi-faker on it during their turn. 3 evenly for when I'm going second. Resolved it 3 times during the regionals, blowouts every time. And 3 Reapers because Reaper just wins your games. Oh, isn't that nice? You're running Kagari, you're running Sky Strikers. It'd be a shame if somebody dropped a bloody Reaper. So that's my deck profile. I came 8th, and now is young fellas, and he will let you know his deck profile.
Okay, so I run the standard Altergeist lineup. 3 Faker, best card in the deck. 3 Marionetta, second best card in the deck. 3 Milluseek, 2 Silk, and 1 Concuri. Yeah. So that's my Altergeist. So just the Altergeist monsters. I run for my hand traps 3 Ash, like arguably the best hand trap, maybe behind Imperm. 3 ogres. I don't run Imperm, can't afford it. So I run ogres instead. It did come up a lot.
Actually, I think it worked better for you than Imperm did for me.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, which is pretty sad.
So I got I actually got 2 Lair of Darkness matchups. Every time they try to summon that token on the end phase, Ogre solves everything, and they're stuck with their back row and maybe 1 monster on the board, if none.
And even though he went 2 layers, I actually went against a Lair of Darkness deck as well. My deck struggled because I didn't run Ghost Ogre. Like, literally, it was actually pretty hard to beat him. It was a very grindy match.
Okay.
Sorry?
Oh, that's okay. 2 Protocol, some want to run 3, but I didn't want to run 3 because of the other thing I put in. And also for consistency. I never, like, needed a 3rd one. 3 Spoofing. It's the 3rd best card in the deck. It can solve bricks. For example, you draw a Spoofing and a Protocol, and you can get past your brick and end up...
Konami. Hint. Errata. Altergeist spoofing.
That would be too broken. No, thank you. So, 2 Manifestation. I find this comes up a lot in the end game because you can basically, you'll have both engrave because you've used them both, and you can get 1 back when you're running out of Altergeist monsters and you're recycling. So maybe if you have all 3 Marionettas engrave, or you have all 3 multis and you don't have Marionettas, you haven't top decked them, these come really, like, they're really important for the grind game. Some say 1, I like 2. Triple Rivalry, obvious choice, like, just shuts down a lot of decks. I run 3 Strike and 1 Warning. I don't run Judgment. It never really comes up, and I don't like paying 4K. I just don't like it. I run 1 Metaverse and my 3 Secret Villages. I like 1 Metaverse because I find 4 is the most consistent. There's a stage where it gets quite bricky, and 4 is the perfect amount for me. 3 Duality, wasn't running these, ended up helping my consistency a heap on the day, and got me out of a few bricks. And 1-for-1. He doesn't run 1-for-1. I find it's a really good extender and can actually help me get the Hextia Hextia with an Altergeist under a Protocol.
I will say I am very tempted to run 1-for-1 and take out one of the Metaverse. I thought there'd be a lot more Sky Strikers, and on the final matchup, it was against Sky Strikers. I flipped Imperial Order on him on the first game, he just scooped. The second game, I was trying to go for the Secret Village. I run 2 Metaverse, 3 Secret Village, and an Imperial Order, so 6 cards in my deck. 39 minutes of gameplay, I didn't see a single bloody one. And we ended up tying, because he beat me by 300 life points.
Yeah.
But that's alright, because if I'd seen them, I would have won, but I didn't, so such is life.
Okay, so my extra. Triple Hextia. And a Link Rebo. Just the standard lineup. You want to run that much. A Unicorn came in handy, actually. I won a game because of this. Cerberus to get rid of problem monsters on their field. And many say, like, I don't run a Mermaid because if they give me an Ibly, I can just normal summon, link those 2 off for a Cerberus, or like for any Link 2, which I run that can, be used. So I run the Cerberus. Borrello, don't have Borrelsword, but this does come up a lot. Borrelsword, I've opened so many Psycho just haven't gotten it. Both of us have. Summon Saw, Cherries, sometimes comes in handy if I brick maybe. But I didn't use it at all on the weekend. I did Cherries it once though. Minerva didn't come up, but Light Swan is an annoying deck. Hit this, hurts them a lot. Electromite hurts Pendulums, nearly kills them since they don't have Astrograph. Didn't come up, didn't verse Pendulum deck. Isolde for Goki or any Phantom Knight warrior based deck. This is a Titan. I borrowed it for the weekend. Gave it back, but it's Titan. Didn't see it. Didn't verse Thunder Dragon. I did see this against Sky Striker. First at final round. Wiped him because of Secret Village both games. So yep. Macabre couldn't find anything that could replace it. Like I just didn't really have anything. And Exton didn't really come up. Well, I didn't expect it to come out. I've got to find something better.
Well, I put the Exciton in there, and the reason I did that is if you're in a game state where you were versing something that just had advantage on the field and you needed to clear their board, and you had a Marionetta in hand and a Manifestation and a Marionetta in grave, you'd be able to actually make the Exciton Knight.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was the inclusion of this at the last second was so you could basically make that, detach, blow their board, and then start grinding away again.
It didn't come up, but it might in the future.
It was there just in case.
Maybe at the next regionals we go to.
Yeah.
So, Triple Mind Crush. Going, if you win game, you lose game 1, or win game, lose, and choose to go first, they'll know you're going first, side and evenlies.
Or in game 3.
Or in game 3. So, you just flip it. And,
as soon as they call main phase, battle phase, you're like, okay, before you get to your end, Mind Crush.
Mind Crush, calling evenly.
Yeah, get rid of that bloody evenly.
And they'll be stuck without a battle phase as well, which will come in handy.
You know what's really troll is if they turn around, they go standby, main, battle phase, and then you Mind Crush, and they didn't actually have an evenly. How funny would that be?
I don't know why they would be doing that if they didn't have an evenly.
Just to be a troll.
Triple Lancia for the Thunder Dragons matchup. I did verse Thunder Dragons not on the day, but day after against my cousin. He kept trying to use his spell card from the grave, and I was trolling him. Had 2 of these in hand each turn, just banished it. He got pretty mad. Good against Thunder Dragons, that's why I sided it. Did not see it, didn't verse Thunder Dragons. Triple Cherries, obviously. I've got the Cherries targets in my side deck. Nothing really to explain. We just have space for it.
It would be nice to have 3 extravagances each.
Yes. Triple Pancratops. Obviously for border, inspect border, or problem monsters. Even in the mirror, you're versing the mirror. Pancratops. They can't silk you. If they try to silk you, just use Pancratops.
Well, you only get the special summon at once, but after they've used their silk, then you can start to do stuff like normal summon Melusic, attack directly, start to do stupid stuff.
So, I don't run Typhoon, I run Triple Heavy Storm Duster. Number 1, I don't have Typhoons. Number 2, I was running these while I was experimenting with Trap Trick. These were my target, other than Evenly. So I've just kept them in, and they're pretty good.
Well, the thing about Typhoon and Heavy Storm Duster, and the difference between them is Typhoon's good like impertinence during your opponent's turn, but if they're not setting 2 spells or traps, it's kind of useless.
Yeah.
Yeah, which does come up, so it's only good against certain matchups. Where Heavy Storm Duster can be really good against a lot. It's got a little bit more of a variety, because with Typhoon, if you end up setting it, because they're not setting a lot of back row, it'll only take out 1 later on, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are limitations on Typhoon, but there are also advantages. So it's a very hard one. The only loss I had for the matchups was in the Altergeist mirror match, and he ended up coming 3rd, and I will say that he just outplayed me.
And my loss, he went 4-1-1.
X1-1, yep.
I went X1. My only loss was actually in the first round against Spiral. He just outgrinded me, and in game 2, he double evenly'd me.
Ouch. Well, the Lair of Darkness Time Thief deck that I went against, he evenly'd me. But I had enough advantage. I hadn't committed so much that I couldn't recover because I didn't open the Mind Crush, and I knew that evenly was a possibility. Yeah. So I literally set it up so if he did evenly me, he wasn't going to get that much advantage over me. And Corey, our cousin, my nephew, his cousin, turns around and is like, "Oh, you're wrecked now." Yeah, no, I'm right. Took me a turn to recover. Yeah. He couldn't game me, so it's all good.
Yeah.
And I won that match.
Yeah. Yeah, so those were our deck profiles. Kind of a small discussion at the end. Yeah, it was quite successful regional, you know. Spiral came first. Actually, there were 2 Spirals in the top 8. 1 BA, 2 Sky Striker, I believe, 3 Altergeist. I'm pretty sure those are...
no Thunder Dragons.
No Thunder Dragons, although the BA was Danger BA Thunder Dragons.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Yes.
So that kind of counts.
Kind of counts.
By the way, most broken card, 2019.
Not really, but it's good in Thunder Dragons, kind of necessary. So that was our deck profiles. I already kind of outroed it, but you can...
Furnace YGA, signing off. Have fun. Like and subscribe. Do whatever you feel like. It's all good.